Good evening. Happy Memorial Day weekend, and welcome to the temporarily relocated Kingston Stockade FC elderly home with plenty of charm. So much charm, in fact, they're having to renovate it. And it's a long project, and Stockade wouldn't be able to play any of their home games in the facility during the renovation.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Teddy Stadium for the first home match of
You're hearing Jordan, our PA announcer, in the background. We have the same army of volunteers that put on this Stockade FC show every spring and summer. And we're currently in a luxurious Division I NCAA press box that has an elevator. And it has hospitality areas, of course, used for Marist football matches, football games, I should say. And, they play Georgetown and that kind of thing. Directly behind me is Route 9, also known as Broadway in New York City. And opposite, you're looking at the West Berm with the shade, and the Dutch Guard would be over there, the Kingston supporters group. And beyond those trees, the mighty Hudson River, America's first river. Now, presently I'm flying solo. My usual partner, the voice of the Stockade, Steve Patch, had other retail obligations this evening. He owns a store in Rhinebeck called Cabin Outfitters. And Rhinebeck's crawling with shoppers this weekend, and they have cabins and they need outfits. So Steve can't make it to the booth here, and I'm going to just wing this on my own. I hope you can hear me over Jordan with his booming voice that is now filling part of the Hudson Valley here. So Syracuse joined our conference last year. They have been in the NPSL since 2016. I believe they were in the Midwest region. And they switched over to the North Atlantic here. And last year, we beat them and drew with them. And then I was looking at Syracuse's record. Since they've joined this conference, they have yet to notch a victory. So some would say that Syracuse FC is due, or perhaps even overdue. But we'll find out. Again, most of these players are college age. They've finished with their college teams, and they need to stay active during the summer. My parallel is the Cape Cod League in baseball for college baseball players. They get the summer gig playing for, teams on Cape Cod, and it's a wooden bat league, the whole thing. Now, this field here at Tenney is very familiar to a lot of Stockade players because we have a virtual harvest of talent from the Marist Red Foxes. We've had so many through the years, and we continue to use Marist players. Our keeper, the familiar Dylan McDermott, he was a Marist guy. Now he's at Binghamton, and he is starting today. Along with, I'll just run through the starters real quick for Kingston. We have Albion Bacage, defender. Number 3. Number 4, Alberto Molina, a defender. And you have a midfielder, Andrea Gianoza. Hugo Guerra, forward, a Marist guy, captaining today's squad. Mateo Mara, I should say, midfielder out of Cortland. And the emerging star, the Big Dipper, had a hat trick to beat Vallejo last week. Number 13, Daniel DiPolito, a Westchester kid, forward out of Fordham. So he had 3 goals. That's what a hat trick is, in case you're wondering. In the last exciting 3-2 win for Kingston at the Vallejo FC facility last weekend. Midfielder number 14, Jacob Schulman, a Marist product.
And here they come now. Please welcome Syracuse FC and your Kingston Stockade FC.
And another forward, number 21, Jared Julo, a Marist guy out of Stamford, Connecticut. Derek Jeremio, number 24, defender from Lakeland, New York. And number 26, Dylan Kelly, defender from Beacon, New York, out of Oneonta. So that's kind of a sketch of our starting 11 here. The Dutch Guard have indeed arrived with their orange smoke right across the way from the press box. That is, they're in there somewhere. Again, creating atmosphere for Kingston fans. Nicely done, Alessandra.
Now a word from Stockade FC founder and chairman Dennis Crowley.
And here's the chairman with some remarks. Stone Ridge resident.
Hey all, thank you so much for being here to kick off Stockade's 7th season and our first home game ever at Tenny Stadium. Just want to give you all so much thanks for being here and supporting the club. And then a huge thank you to all the volunteers that are here to make everything happen in the preseason and all through the season, so thank you. Here to walk out the first ball of the season is Mayor of Kingston, Steve Noble.
Thank you, Dennis. We're so happy to be able to get all of our Kingston Stockade fans to Poughkeepsie. I want to thank our friends at Marist College for helping to get this done with us. I know it was a lift, but we got it done, and they're awesome. And so, Deep Stadium is going to be renovated over the next year. We're really excited. We've expanded a lot with what we're going to do. I appreciate everybody bearing with us, but it's going to be a great project. $20 million going into Deep Stadium, and so it's going to be our home field for generations to come. So have a great game. Go Stockade!
Kingston Mayor Steve Noble
Starting today for your Kingston
made the way
Stockade
south
FC, number 1, Dylan McDermott.
from Kingston to the city of Poughkeepsie. Jordan is barking out the Stockade starters. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Spike Rusho. Enjoying the 7th season of Kingston FC NPSL 4th tier semi-pro soccer. I believe this is my 3rd or 4th year behind the mic, and try to have some fun here, because that's really the bottom line anymore, is having some fun, especially watching the beautiful game. Sun and heat might be a factor here today. There's a great glare on the field, the next turf, The sun will slowly be finishing its business directly across from us, probably setting around 8:20 tonight, so probably won't need the floodlights here. Tenney Stadium named after Tim Tenney, who was the CEO of Pepsi-Cola of the Hudson Valley. Pretty much backed this renovation of this stadium in 2007. Architect Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill. It has kind of a Logan's Run feel to it. The grandstand has these weird vertical rail doorknobs. But enough Architectural Digest stuff. Here comes some football. Your Stockade in all orange. Syracuse in kind of a Merlot jersey with black shorts. Made the trek from central New York. Put some miles on the van. And kicking off looks like at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here we go, Stockade in possession with the long ball into the corner. Jared Julo makes the throw, gets it back. Guanza sends it in. Closed out for a corner. That was Dylan Killian for Syracuse, who kind of quelched that opportunity for Kingston. Nice meaty pass into the box there. Corner to be taken by the captain, Hugo Guerra. He's been with the club 3 seasons. Lifts it in, punched out. Punched out by the Syracuse keeper, recovered by Stockade. Dispossessed. Far side of the field, Stockade back with it. Pass it in the middle, nice thread. Here's the dipper. And it rolls out weakly in front of the keeper, Andrew Taylor. He's waiting for his mates to get downfield. Going to boot it towards the Red Fox in the middle of the turf. Too long. It goes back to Dylan McDermott, headed back there by Bacage. Bacage probably still has his locker here. Marist guy. Molina on the back line. Over to Schulman. Schulman forward down the flank. Pretty nice pass and a good settle. Bringing in the dipper. Puts it back out to Mara. Mara over to Kelly in the corner. Crossed in and punched away by Taylor again. Looks like that's going to go out for a throw. Taylor's already had some action in his box. And we're in the 3rd minute here. You are watching Kingston Stockade in Poughkeepsie. Total Hudson Valley experience now. Chipped in. Oh, man down in the box. No call. That was the dipper. And this will be a Syracuse goal kick out of the Marist end zone. Mostly Stockade action so far here opening the game. Syracuse with not much penetration. McDermott has it. Back line sets up. Bacage going to carry it out. Up the right side. Some connecting passes, but Syracuse comes up with it. And that's a Q's throw. That's my first use of the Q's word, which I'm not a huge fan of. But pretty good journalism school there. Nice pick there. Here come an orange wave. 3-4 passes in a row. Guerra coming in. Kind of stomped there. Julo. Back to Guanza. Schulman out to the wing. Now back to the middle. Guanza will go to the left wing. Hugo has it. Crosses it in. Look at that action. Punched again by Taylor. He likes punching. He's very punchy today. But efficiently, right to his teammates who kind of are slogging their way through midfield. Over the glare covering the Red Fox logo. Down the left wing here. It's like Jackson Baird chipped it in. Trying to connect with his teammate Kaysen Stafford. Too much over for a Stockade goal kick. 0-0 here in the 5th minute. Live from Poughkeepsie. Courtesy of the 11 Sports Network, a very David Fincher type name for a streaming service. I'm a big fan of David Fincher's movie 7. Backline assembly here for Stockade. Schulman up the midfield on the flank. That's ahead to Mara. Down he goes. Connor Baird sends him to the turf. And then he sends Baird to the turf. Tit for tat, if you will. We got Stockade with the cross in. Oh, looking for the air volley was Captain Hugo. And is that going to go out? Yes, it does. Ball girl with the stop. Syracuse with the throw. Syracuse back line trying to bring it out. Scott Schuler loses it. Jacob Schulman got it from Schuler. A lot of Schules in this game. And down the left flank, and Kelly runs it out. Dylan Kelly, the Beacon kid. Probably has some family here. Beacon's not far. Nice commuter town, home to Terry Nelson, softball legend. Here comes the Stockade. Midfield, looking for space. It was Julo. Not really finding it, but they make it through anyway. The Dipper sends it in. Headed out by Syracuse. Throw for the Stockade. Jeremio with the ball, eyeing his options. Back to Molina. Schulman chips it in. Some trouble on the back, over the touchline for a Syracuse goal kick. 0-0 here on the banks of the Hudson, on the curb of US Route 9 at Marist College. Stockade won their first 2 games on the road. This would be their home opener. The ball floats into midfield, headed by Guanza. Ref says free kick, Syracuse. Going to be taken by number 5, Michael Lantry. Long and high into the corner. Might be effective. 10 goes down for Syracuse, and that's Jackson Card. And Kingston takes possession again. Here we go out of the back line. Up to Jeremio. And his pass misguided. Picked by Syracuse. Now they're in the middle, and they lose possession again to Bacage. It's a long ball up to the left flank to Hugo. Hugo cutting into the middle. Nice moves. Good pass ahead. Dipper has had 3 guys on him at one point. keeps it, takes it into the corner, gets it out. Syracuse a little sloppy on the D. No call on that play. Right at the top of the box. Oh, nice tackle there by Mara, I should say. Out to the left, Hugo has the ball, switches left foot, shoots and scores! The Capitan opens the scoring. 1-0 Kingston. Hugo dances it in on his right foot, switches to his left and beats Taylor and rips the cord. Hugo Guerra with the goal for Stockade, wearing that captain's armband.
Stockade FC goal, Hugo Guerra!
Sorry. Dutch Guard flags a flying. Drums a drumming. Atmosphere here in Syracuse with the kick. The West Berm is heavily populated with fans because of the shade, I think. Here comes Stockade. In control of this match. Molina with the ball. Schulman, the middle of the fulcrum, if you will. Ball distribution guy. Jeremio on the left flank will dance, some skills. Syracuse surrenders. Stockade kicks it out. Syracuse throw deep in their own end. I don't know, I think the orange and Merlot kind of, that's a clash of colors. I'm no fashion expert, but I could check. No punchy, no violence. So he's going to distribute up the left flank. In the shade to his mate Jackson Card, who had the shot about 5 minutes ago that hit the NFL uprights, or NCAA Division I uprights. Syracuse playing from the back there, trying to chop the ball into midfield. There's a breakout. Dillon comes out. Oh! Good reflex save there. I think that was Scott Schuler with the shot there for Syracuse. Hugo goes down and gets the call. He's going to quick free kick here. Yes, he is. Swings it out to the right. Julo with it. Shoots left-footed. Just wide. No one touched it. That'll be a Taylor goal kick. 16th minute here, 1-0 Kingston Stockade over Syracuse FC. I believe it's their third meeting. Their goal scorer who scored one, they lost to Hartford last week 2-1. Cody Green is not rostered, or he's not starting. Just one goal so far this year for Syracuse. Taylor floats it in the middle. Little height difference there, some shoving. Jeremio back to Molina to Bacage. Albion Bacage. Give me a more poetic name in this league. I dare you. Back line. Very confident. Sent up to Hugo. Oh. Off his side foot and shoulder simultaneously. Loses it, but Kingston hustling to get it back. Mateo Mera. Mera back with it. A little give and go. Syracuse steps in. I'm going to try the left wing in the shade again. Denied. Julo feeds it. Shot and save by Taylor. Headed out. Picked off. Julo still with it. Taking on two guys. Syracuse finally clears. Schulman with it up to the right wing. Crossed in again. Nice pick by Jeremio. Guanza with it, midfield. Over to Schulman. Back to Julo. Down the wing to Jeremio. No, to Hugo. Hugo's got it and crosses it in a little too strong. Headed out by Syracuse, but it will be a corner for Kingston. As you can see, the American flag in the background absolutely limp. There's very little, if any, breeze, which is unusual when you're this close to the river. But we're bearing up under the enormous solar strain. I imagine it'll be much worse in June, but hey, again, it's football. This is what you play in. This is why you play the games. This is why you're here live, or in your case. Yes! Goal off the corner, 2-0. Stockade is up. The Big Dipper strikes again with a header. Dippolito with his 4th Stockade goal. Crossed in and a very precise header. He's got a scoring streak now. See if he can add to it. 2-0 Kingston. 19th minute of the first half. Syracuse kicks off, trying to get something together here, but the ball, backline assembly again for Kingston. Molina up to Jeremio. Those are 2 MLB catcher names. That's okay. We won't cross over. If Patch was here, I would do that, but I don't think it's a good idea. You've heard them all before, mostly, if you've been listening to this live stream beyond the years, and it may seem like that right now, but Stockade trying to get something together here. Guanza, he's probably the tallest guy in the field, plays it up left. Jeremio with the give and go back to Guanza, over to Hugo. Guanza with it, a little left-footed side foot pass. Very nice skills. Crossed in. No one there. Yeah. Guanza is a Marist guy. He's from Ontario, Canada. So he's familiar with these parts. Probably goes to Rossi and Son for a delicious sandwich. They have a muffaletta that makes you think you're in New Orleans. Here's the goal kick by Taylor. He's given up 2 already, 1 to Hugo Guerra and 1 to Daniel Dippolito, known as the Dipper. Played into midfield, being popcorned around there. Hugo settles it. Quick pass off his chest. Dippolito with it, fighting for it. He manages to get a shot off. Had a guy iron to him there. It's like one of those old iron-on decals. But the word's going to get out about the Dipper, and they're going to put 4 guys on him, which is good because that'll open up the field for the other players. I mean, that's kind of a Wayne Gretzky concept. More coverage has teammates more open. So here comes Syracuse up the left flank. In the shade, a stumble there by Matthew Stasic. That's more of a Canadian name. Jeremio on the left flank, going to play it back to Molina. Molina to Schulman. Julo with it. Sends it in the center to Dippolito, who's dispossessed. Dispossessed, I should say. Right back at it. Julo wearing Roberto Clemente's number. Syracuse defense clears it. 22nd minute here in Poughkeepsie. 2-0 Kingston. Mara dances it to the right side. Kelly gives it a go, earns a corner. Taylor about to get another workout. Many shots on goal and many saves, except for the 2 that ended up in the old onion bag. Stockade corner. Ripped in and headed out by Syracuse. Right back to the orange. Molina dances it in. Low shot. Taylor drops on it. To give his guys a chance to get up the field. Boots it. McDermott controlling. Should I say punted it, like Bill O'Reilly did. The Fox News guy played Marist football back in the day and was their punter on this very field. Syracuse collecting in midfield and then going for the long ball, nobody there. Number 1, Dylan McDermott. Out of Binghamton. I wonder if he's visited Rod Serling's house. Serling grew up in Binghamton, one of the great writers of all time. Guerra feeds it to the right. Now a big booming kind of optimistic cross down the left side aimed at Jeremio. And that'll be another Syracuse goal kick. Yeah, there's 5 Marist athletic programs that use this facility. And the Leon Field part is named after a doctor who was a big Marist athletic supporter and possibly a trainer. Comes Syracuse. Some contact there, but no call. The ref's letting him play here. You go with it. Going to put it in the middle to Guanza. He's dispossessed by Connor Baird, who loses it to Albion Bacage. Up to Julo. He's got space. Chooses to go right. Great pass. Oh, look at the passing here by the Orange. Julo just missed that. Dippolito fed it to him. That was after Mara played it in from the right. 3 good passes there, but the shot just didn't happen. Here comes Syracuse down the flank in front of me here. Molina to Bacage. To Schulman. To Julo. Up the right side. Chipped in. Headed out by Cason Stafford of Syracuse. Guanza just outplays his foe. Takes possession, is taking charge down the left side into the box. Options? Nah, he runs out of room. Nice run, though. Some early hustle here, first half, although it's just the 26th minute of the first half, but Kingston's energy level seems to be almost double that of their foes from Central New York. The overworked Andrew Taylor with yet another goal kick. It's a low liner. Oh, there's a whistle as Jeremio goes down. He'll earn the free kick here. He was kind of clubbed by Connor Baird. The familiar Molina, well, he didn't go to Bacage that time. He went to Schulman. It's a Tinkers to Evans to Chance kind of thing in the back line for the Kingstonians. Taylor comes out and claims that. Rolls it to Lucas Stasiuk. Ahead. Molina plays it out with a very high ball, headed by Guanza. Julo coming down the right, and he can move right between two guys and around a third. Gets the pass in. I believe the flag was up. Again, with the quick feet there, managing to get the ball forward through three guys. Mad skills, as the younger generation says. Yeah, DiPolito was he was good to go on that, other than being offside. And there is a smug shirt that tells Americans it's offside, not offsides. Okay, we get it. Ball at midfield, Syracuse on it. There's a dangerous pass up. McDermott comes out. Did he punch that? Dillon's going to get the first yellow card of the game. He had to make a decision there. He comes out. Might have punched it. Might have also made contact with the Syracuse player, who I believe is Johan Bratke, number 37, limping a bit. And I think their legs collided. Syracuse get a free kick right above the box. Kind of a dangerous area. Maybe a little too close. 5 yards back would be even better, I imagine. But McDermott's a big dude. He's tall. He's logged a lot of minutes in the Stockade goal mouth and done very well. I think we lost him a season ago. I think he played for Cedar Stars, who are no longer in the conference. Free kick in, hits the wall. Second try. Part of the wall comes out again. Oh, look at that back heel defense. Jeremio with some skills. Gets it through Mara out to the left corner where Kingston recovers quickly. Jackson Card, number 10, steals it. He's going to cross it in, headed out by Molina. And then cleared to midfield. Hugo settles it, or does he? Trying to go back to Jeremio. Syracuse pressing forward a bit more now. Some momentum. Scott Schuler puts it in. It's headed out and cleared by Kingston. DiPolito at midfield. Man, there was some grappling there. He gets whistled. He was all over Scott Schuler. But he's eager to get that ball and score his 5th goal of the season. And maybe get another hat trick. He only needs 2 more here today. Stranger things have happened, people. Here comes Kingston. Jeremio with it. Back to the middle of the park to Schulman. Forward on the left, Hugo eyeing it and gets to it. He's got 2 guys on him. Threads the needle. The Dipper has it. To the right, trying to hit Schulman. Bounced off, and Syracuse recovers. Connor Baird bringing it up. Will give and go. Does he get it back? He does. Baird up the left side, tackled. And helped up by Albion Bacage. Sportsmanship here on Route 9 in Poughkeepsie, New York. 32nd minute, Kingston up 2-0. Presently tied with Hartford City at the top of the conference. They're also 2-0. They may have us on a percentage point for goal differential. Syracuse pursuing the ball back deep into their own end. DiPolito doing the work here. Lunch pail. Get out the lunch pail, kid. That's how they roll it. Fordham. Long ball. Hopeful by Syracuse. Stockade lets it go back to McDermott in his bright green getup. keepers have to wear different colors for those who don't follow closely, so they're not mistaken for regular players. By regular, that I by no means am I insulting them. Hugo in the middle. Mara with a nice run. He hits a Merlot wall there and is sent to the turf. No call. Fair enough. This ref's pretty good so far. Although the McDermott yellow is questionable. I mean, there was contact. Stockade plays it back to the aforementioned keeper. Out to Albion Bacage. Plays it forward to Jeremio. He loses it to Syracuse. Albion Bacage is from Chappaqua, New York, down there. And Syracuse kind of delaying their own throw-in, 33rd minute. The drums sounding good from the Dutch guard. They had a new tifo, but I couldn't see it because of the smoke. Said something about the valley or something. Mara plays it back. Bacage with it. Through the middle. Another connecting pass. Julo with it. Dancing around. Beats his man again. Scampers in. Going to get it to the dipper. Syracuse, you can see them getting a bit nervous when number 13 gets near the ball with the orange jersey. From Syracuse down the right flank, right in front of me. Out it goes. Kingston throw. Jeremio takes it. Plays it back to Molina. Molina to Bacage. Oh, whistle away from the ball. We have an injury way back in the Syracuse end. Holding a shin, holding a calf. You need both of those to play this game, by the way. Lower leg injuries. A little water break for the guys here. Syracuse is managed by this guy, Yaro Zavaslan. Former indoor soccer keeper, played for the Detroit Neon back in the late 90s. Quite a character. He's a bear of a man. And, he even asked permission of Stockade officials to put up the canopy you might see on the screen in front of the Syracuse bench to provide some shade. Although at this angle, with the sun setting directly across from us, the shade it's throwing is well back from where the players are. It's a good A for effort. They did bring their own canopy. Much like youth soccer, I've struggled to set up a few of those in my day. My daughter Roxanne played Rhinebeck. And is about to graduate next month. Congratulations, Roxy. And she loved this game. Could be because she was in front of a TV at age 2 with me watching Premier League action or Mexican action or Bundesliga action. And that's how you can learn to play a sport by watching on TV, I'm convinced. Water break for Syracuse as well. 36th minute, 2-0. To the good guys, as they say. Yaro, he's Polish, and he was a head coach at Cornell for a while, the Syracuse coach. He's got some experience. And it shows in just the way he carries himself. And, you might hope that they'd at least get one win as a member of our conference. They probably got a win when they are in the Midwest region. I didn't check. I'm not that nerdy, although some would argue that point. So a little break in the action here. 2-0 Kingston. News came that the Zobres had their baby. Scotty Zobre is non-rostered. He's on the paternity leave. They had a baby boy and named him Cash. Congratulations to the Zobres. Scott Zobre, a Stockade legend. Maybe back in action later in the season, but he has dad responsibilities now with the little one. And good on you, Scott. We miss you, but congratulations again. Stockade plays it in. Hugo in the corner. He could set up a campsite over there. He's got so much room. Dancing outside the box. Crosses it in. Syracuse heads out. Mara plays it to the right. To Schulman. Schulman into Julo. Back out to Schulman and to Mara. That was a reverse of what they just did. I like that. It's kind of a flow chart kind of a deal. You go over there, calm, cool, and collected. Plays it in the middle. Bacage coming in. The back line way up. And why not? The maple tree shade there. Schulman plays it into the corner. Crossed in. Taylor there for the reception. Don't have any info on their number one, Andrew Taylor. It's hard to get info on these guys. You got to spend hours on the NCAA websites, sports athletic directors, that kind of thing. Some are good, some aren't. Some give personal information like favorite movie. I like that. That's headed down by Molina. Syracuse recovers midfield. Dancing in the right, Johan Bratke, but he's dispossessed there, but does win the throw. Jeremio battled him a bit. 56 going to take it. Is it a linebacker number? Lucas Stasiuk. Throw in successful. But denied by Kingston. Mara switches very quickly and then is dumped. Whistle blows. Orange free kick. Mara over the ball. Mara out of Ossining, New York. Sing Sing. Not him. He's an upstanding kid. And a good soccer player. Back line again. Molina to Bacage. Bacage going to take it himself right up the right side. Forward to Julo. Julo back to Bacage. This time we'll go the route of Julo again. Mara takes it into the middle. Hugo waiting patiently. Settles it. And goes for kind of a weird half cross, half pass, half shot. That would be 1/3. 1/3 cross, 1/3 pass, 1/3 shot. See, I'm a writer, not a mathematician. It should be noted. And has been. Taylor with the ball. 40th minute here, ticking away at Tenney Stadium. Temporary home of the Kingston Stockade. Decent crowd here in front of me, despite the sun. Might be down below that tree line towards the end of the second half. Up the right side comes the orange. It's a peppy ball. Settled finally, but back to Molina. Molina up to Jeremio. Jeremio to Hugo. To Schulman. Schulman down to the right side. And Julo with the shot attempt there. Goes wide. No, it must have played off one of the Merlot jerseys. Now we have a corner kick for Kingston. Julo's going to take it. I misidentified DiPolito as Julo. Yet another error from the solo announcer here. High cross into the box. A little too deep. Man, that was up there. Mara with some nice work. Puts it in the box. Trouble. And it's in. Off the deflection. Molina. Molina with the goal. A defender up. Molina comes all the way up the field and scores. Molina with the goal. 3-0 Kingston. 41st minute. trouble. That was created by Ngoza. Guanza put it in. Puts it into a crowded box. The deflection comes out. And there's the defender, Mr. Molino. Hopewell Junction native, just a couple ticks down the road here, and a University of Rhode Island product, which is also the home school of the great Christian Amanpour. She wasn't homeschooled there. She actually went to college there. I should say party school, too, URI, I'm told. Syracuse in a bunch on the left flank, trying to salvage something out of this first half. Dancing in and going down, and it's a penalty. Here's your salvage. Legs got tangled. I don't know who that was that tangled him up. Did not catch the number. But the guy who drew the foul is not taking the kick. Kason Stafford is going to take the penalty for Syracuse here, down 3-0. Shades of the Luton Town match against Coventry City earlier today that went to shootout status, won by Luton Town. Go Hatters. Stafford puts it in the right side. Dylan, or the left side, I should say. Dylan went right. Stafford went left. And it's now 3-1. Jordan with the droll announcement of the Syracuse goal, entertaining the crowd here. It was Kason Stafford. I don't have much on that kid either. I think he has a brother on the team. The Stafford brothers. His brother's name is Caden, just to confuse announcers. Kason went to Colgate, and he's from Cincinnatus, New York, and a native of Cortland, which, as we all know, is the hometown of Ronnie James Dio. Say no metal more. They actually have Dio Way in Cortland now. And at present, Syracuse is the last in line, if you will, in this game, and pretty much in the standings, although Vallejo is in the basement of our conference. Like you say, we're tied for first with Hartford. Syracuse playing it in. No problem for Schulman to play it back to McDermott. Puts it to the middle of the park. Syracuse grasping at some straws here. 44th minute of the first half, I should say. Kingston goals by Guerra, by DiPolito, and by Molina. Hugo showing some hustle, keeps it in with some skills. Got the blue captain's armband on. He's going to take it again. He's an excellent player. Doesn't seem to break a sweat. He's just so calm and deliberate in his motion and in his movements. Syracuse with a charge here. They got support. 3 up. Trouble. Oh, Dylan comes out, tangles up the shooter, forced him to go wide left. Defending the goal in front of Donnelly Hall. Kind of a gem of 70s architecture with more ducks on the roof than a hunting lodge. And by ducks, I mean DUCTS. Marist is an interesting campus. Some prime real estate, that's for sure, right on the Hudson River. Dylan with the goal kick, in no hurry. We are into unknown stoppage time. Puts it in the air. Deep. Nice kick there. Kingston kind of controlling. Schulman couldn't wrestle it down. Ball flies out of bounds. Syracuse throw. Matthew Stasic. Yeah, there's 2 brothers in. Matthew Stasic and Lucas Stasic. Matthew's 18 for Syracuse, and Lucas is 56. Matthew goes to Onondaga Community College, and His brother also goes to Onondaga from Marcellus, New York. Stockade throw deep in the Syracuse end. Waning moments of the first half. No idea what the stoppage time is, but there hasn't been that many injuries or delays per se. I had to give up my table at per se. It's a long story. Stockade, DiPolito still trying to dance his way in. Stays with it. Nice moves. Still has it. And chips it in, and it's headed out by Syracuse. It's just the effort that kid makes. He's hungry. He comes to play and to eat the opposition and fire balls into nets. 3-1 Kingston here at the has to be the close of the first half. One last run for Syracuse down the left flank. Michael Lantry with it. Some effort. I think he was the one who was fouled and drew the penalty that led to the Syracuse goal. And there is the halftime whistle. Smattering of applause here from the Kingston faithful who either made it down from Kingston, 40-minute drive maybe,
It's halftime and the score stands at
or from
3-1 with Stockade goals from Hugo Guerra,
Rhinebeck, Red Hook, Hyde Park,
Polito, and Alberto Molina.
the soccer-rich soil of the east bank of the Hudson. We've always supported this team when they were in Kingston. I live in Rhinebeck. I would see many familiar faces at Dietz Stadium. And it was really a family environment. The kids come. The kids are setting up now to play games on the field. That'll never change. I think that'll always be the case for this league. So going to take a slight break here at halftime with Stockade up 3-1. And this is Spike Vrusho live from Poughkeepsie, New York. Stockade versus Syracuse, and I will be back for the second half. Thank you for joining me on 11 Sports, the live stream. And I'll see you in the second half. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Tenney Stadium at Leonida Field, Poughkeepsie, New York, on the campus of Marist College, home of the Red Foxes, and now the temporary home of the Kingston Stockade FC. They happen to be leading 3-1 here in this game against Syracuse FC. Syracuse scored on a penalty late in the first half, I'm sorry. And 3 different goal scorers for the Kingston Orangemen, if you will, in this Syracuse milieu. The captain, Hugo Guerra, opened it with a sweet left-footed goal about 6 feet in front of the cage. Then his 4th goal of the season, Daniel DiPolito, the Dipper, scored on a header, precise header. And then a 3rd goal in the first half from defender Molina, who was up for, I believe, a corner or a free kick cross by Mara that trickled in and bounced around, and Molina pounced on it. So I had a chance to walk around the campus here a bit. I've been here many times. The last time was for the MAC championship between Marist and Ryder back in 2021, I believe. It was a weird Sunday morning game, like 11 a.m. kick. The whole campus was hungover. There was nobody here. And it ended up being the first crowd I was in after the pandemic, because there was nobody here at the beginning. But then in the second half, I turned around, all the students had kind of wandered in their pajamas into the stands. And it was a pretty thrilling game. It was November of 2021. That's right, Sunday morning. Marist ended up beating Ryder in a shootout, much like Luton Town today. And I was moving around. I did an article about it, so I was getting different angles. And all of a sudden, from behind, all the students raced past me. There was an actual pitch invasion. I didn't see them behind me, but it was just such this great wave of youthful humanity. The students jacked up, hungover yet jacked up about their soccer team winning the MAC. They went on to get into the D1 tournament and lost to Providence. But what an effort to get in, to beat Ryder in that fashion. So that was my last adventure here. But I noticed that everything on a college campus is named after somebody. Like the dressing rooms are the Daly dressing rooms, class of 90. And currently in the press box that is a gift of Jack and Susan Eberth. Class of 69, that kind of surprises me. I don't see them as being like donor types, but then again, that's just a cliche, I guess. Also, Marist famous for a basketball star named Rick Smits, the Duncan Dutchman. How appropriate. The Dutch guard, the whole Dutch legacy of the Stockade in Kingston. He's now a motocross racer, which I can't even picture, a baby giraffe on a motorcycle of that size. But God bless Rick Smits. They used to have a great shrine to him at the Applebee's across the street, but when they renovated, they got rid of it, stupidly. It's probably in a dumpster somewhere in Kankakee. It was great, though. Who didn't like Rick Smits? Anybody? All right, second half about to start. Syracuse to kick off, down 2 goals. The lone man in the center boots it, as he is supposed to. Syracuse with the long ball option. I'll be picking apart any second half substitutions as they crop up. There's a face shot, unfortunate facial landing for Matthew Stasic. Ends up that McDermott had to pick it up. So he would have got the assist off the face, maybe, if that ended up a goal. The Stasic brothers. Not the Stasny brothers in the NHL. They were famous. But here we go. Kingston now attacking the Donnelly Hall end. Syracuse intercepts, brings it back. Big trip up there. We do have a sub, and that is number 27. Matt Rabati. And there are Rabati brothers on this team, but his brother's not on the roster. Rabati went down. I don't know who he's in for. We'll find out through a process of elimination. Corner for Syracuse, I believe they're first of the game. Referee coming to the sideline. Seems to be an issue of some kind. There's no VAR. He seemed to be waving off somebody. Oh, it must be because he got hit in the face. It's considered a head injury, and therefore protocol must be followed. And you can't blame him for that. Slight delay here in the 46th minute, just the opening moments of the second half here, live from Poughkeepsie, New York.
Today's attendance, 746.
And they just announced the attendance for the first home match of the 2023 campaign. 746 souls aboard this ship and enjoying a 3-1 lead. They're doing the protocol still on the Syracuse player. I did not catch his number. About to. It would be number 18, and that would be Matthew Stasic. He's okay. They asked him where he was. He said, Tenney Stadium at Leonidoff Field, Poughkeepsie, New York, on the campus of Marist College. He said, okay, you can play. You want any more details, zip codes, anything like that? If you didn't know that, they'd take him off. But he does have to come off briefly. These are just the rules of the game. Fourth official assuring him that he's got the fro there. It's an interesting hairdo for Stasic. Syracuse corner, much anticipated at this point. Down 3-1. And there's the whistle. In it goes. Ryan's got that, no problem. A Lynn Swan type grab. Very graceful for a tall guy. A Monroe, New York native. Gonna just Pete Weber it out to his teammate there. That's what I call when they roll the ball, because Pete Weber was a great bowler. Shake hands with the pins was all his advice. Here comes Stockade. Look at that beautiful pass. Oh my goodness, to Dipolito. And that's trouble. Stays with it. It's still going to be trouble. Julo with it. Back to Dipolito. To Schulman. Mara with it. Sends it into, no, that's Mara. Sorry. I keep confusing Mara and Guanza. Guanza's the tall guy. Get it right now. Mara has like the ponytail thing. And Taylor has the ball for his 12 millionth goal kick of the game. So backspin, low liner to midfield. Syracuse gets it. Molina clears that. He said, hey, I have a goal today. Get out of my way. I'm clearing this ball. Goes out for Syracuse throw. Right in front of the Dutch guard. And the lights are on here at Tenney Stadium despite the solar blast that we're experiencing here in the press box. They're probably on automatic timers. Set for February weather. Syracuse keeping it in, getting creative, but McDermott will have none of that. Give me that. It's a nice facility for Marist. I got to say their club hockey team is kind of stranded in the McCann Ice Arena in downtown Poughkeepsie. 10 p.m. starts to their games. I went to a few of those. That's how desperate I am. And Stockade on the far flank. Hugo still in. Of course. Guanzo with the ball. Plays it to Mara. Rabati up the right wing to Hugo. Calm, cool, and collected. Effort to a low chip in. Syracuse clears. Sky ball and a sky bounce. Recovered by Syracuse. Good effort there by number 11, Cason Stafford, who scored the penalty kick today. He can brag to his brother. Syracuse player down, slight injury. No, he's up These are hardy young men. Johan Bratke. Couldn't find any info on that guy, which is unusual because he has a very last name Brtge. I could be butchering it probably, but to find no info on that name on late night internet searches, unusual. And you get a player whose name's Mike Smith, you're in deep trouble. Syracuse plays it in, headed out by Gawanza. Low shot saved by McDermott. Jackson Card plays his card there. Not an ace. It's more of an 8 of clubs. Not much worth to it. Syracuse intercepts. A little cheeky back heel by 11. Played into 30. 30 going to battle with Molina. Molina clears it to midfield. And it stays in. Nice. Had the spin that kept it in. Looked like it was going out when he hit it. Back in long ball. McDermott Collection Agency has his gloves on it. Pete Weber's it over to Bacage, who kind of prances out of the box. Nice to have a 3-1 lead in the second half here. 53rd minute here in Poughkeepsie. Temporary home of the Kingston, New York Stockade FC, named after the Stockade District, the historic district of New York's first capital, which was Kingston, until the British came and burned it to the ground. Damn those British. But they gave us this game. DiPolito plays it forward. Nice pass to Hugo. It's weird seeing him on the other side. He dances in. Syracuse, 2 guys on him, manages to wrest the select ball away from him. I believe that's the official ball of NPSL and has been for a while. Select. Actually looks like a soccer ball, not some weird, like, planet. Like, header out by Stasiuk. I recognize the afro. 30 carries it out. Connor Baird. I think he made some noise last year for Syracuse. That name sticks out. Gawanza with it. To Julo. Back to Gawanza. To Bacage. To Molina. To Hugo. To Mera. Big strides, but he's picked off by Syracuse. Q's number 10, Jackson Card taking it in. Deals it to number 5, who, oh man, Card almost ran onto that. Luckily, Dylan read the play. Dylan was counting cards there. Got to stay alert here, even with the 2-goal lead. McDermott certainly very alert. There's Julo with the ball. Jared Julo from Stanford. I wonder if he has any relatives that work at WWE. That whole city is. Dylan McDermott going to tee it up. See if he can. Out O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly. Actually, that story was questioned. I think at the time he played for Marist football, it was a club sport. So technically, it's an intramural thing. It's not like he played he's in the NCAA records. But saying you're a Marist punter is not exactly a bragging rights of any kind. But for him, maybe that was his best achievement, Bill O'Reilly of Fox News, formerly. Here comes Syracuse. Card with the ball. Played off. Gawanza and Mera in charge. Back to Jeremio. Now, I'm guessing at this point that Rabati came in for Dylan Kelly, the Beacon guy. Rabati, another Hopewell Junction dude. There's a speed trap there. Be careful on the Taconic. You'll get a speeding ticket every time. Everyone knows that, though. And he goes to school at Manhattanville. Kingston working it forward, kind of. Julo with a curving cross in. And Hugo gets it and fires it. Left-footed, man. I've seen some great passes by this team tonight. They've just pieced it together. I think Jamal Liz Simmons has this team like gelled already, and they were the third game in. They played 2 friendlies, but you use a lot of players in those. They played a friendly here, actually. I think lost 4-3. Came back though, and I think they lost 2-1 to Pathfinder, a USL team down in Pleasant Valley. Using mostly reserves, I'm told, by Bradley Delmar of the Dutch Guard, the NPSL Supporter of the Year in 2022. Here comes Amara. We have 2 Mateos on this roster. Mateo, no, it's I was thinking of Koziol. Rabati plays it. Tamara, curving ball in. Taylor with the butterfingers. But he recovers his own ball. He's all good. The shade growing longer over the field. It's true as the sun sets to the west. The stands are still in a blaring glare, but the field itself is covered in shade, and now that white glare is gone. It doesn't seem like they're playing on ice, like it's the McCann Ice Arena. Syracuse looking for options here. Top of the box, picked off by DiPolito. Mara in. Julo kind of was breaking the other way, so that didn't really work out. Good effort, though. Good ideas here by the youngsters from Kingston. 3-1 lead here in the 60th minute at Tenney Stadium. A lot of rumors about where Kingston was going to play when Dietz was under renovation. Bard came up a few times. Roundot High School came up a few times. Bard wouldn't have been bad, actually. That's a nice field. Not much capacity, though, in terms of stands. It's like NYCFC, a team without a home. Although they're getting their own crap out in Queens next to that dump City Field. Hugo dances it in. Julo plays it to Mara. Mara thought about shooting. Back to Julo, and he chips it forward to no avail. Lucas Stasic gathers it in and plays it long ball, but that's picked. Kingston in the all-orange. Syracuse in the Merlot jerseys with black shorts. Backline plays it forward. Julo with it. Plays it up the left. Julo to Guanza. Back to Schulman. Schulman to Rabati. Rabati curling cross in. Nobody there. Or no, Julo's there. And he chips it to DiPolito in a dangerous place. He sets up Hugo, who's picked off. Good idea. You could see the execution unfolding there. These guys know what they're doing. They're not just out there guessing. Here comes Card dancing. Oh, sliding block by Molina. He's done everything but sell popcorn here today. Defender scoring a goal. He and Bakaj have owned the back line. And he does a sliding block of a shot by Card. Hopeful for Syracuse that he was going to find a seam in this tough Kingston defense. Card I have no info on. He wasn't even involved in their last 2 games. But this happens. It's a mystery. It's a bit like being a detective, finding information on NPSL soccer players. It's led me down many a wormhole online. And, dare I call the sports information director at their college? No, that's too much effort. I want to find it online at 1 in the morning, which is a healthy thing to be doing online at 1 in the morning, looking up college soccer players. Most other people are doing other things. But enough about that. Here's a Syracuse corner. Their second of the game. Lofted in. McDermott with a hand on it and then embraces it. Yes, definitely tallest guy on the pitch other than Guanza. Everyone else is kind of average height. Here comes Stockade up the left flank. Played forward to the Dipper. Plays it back. They got options. Mara with it. Only one sub so far for Jamal Liz Simmons, 11. Julo with it. Mara with it. It's got to be Jeremio with it. Nice control here by Kingston. It's been that way most of the game. Syracuse has had a few penetrations into the Kingston end, but not many. Scored their goal on a penalty kick in like the 40th minute. And now it is a Syracuse throw. There seems to be a delay. One of the Stasics is... Oh, we got subs coming on here. Mara is off. Joe Holder is on. Oneonta product. And the captain, Hugo Guerra, gets a nice hand from the fans with a goal. And Zach Rabati is on. Marist guy. He's on with his brother. We have two sets of brothers on the pitch at the same time. Great game by Hugo Guerra. Gotta say, the guy's a natural captain. Holder's from Greenwood Lake, New York, out of Oneonta. Joe Holder, wearing number 30. Fresh legs on for Kingston. See if they can't add to their 3-1 lead here. Dippolito with it. I think Dippolito is going to play every minute of every game this season for Kingston. The way he plays and the goals he's scoring. And why not? Creswick-esque, if you will. And you imagine if Zobre does come back. There'd be some fireworks there. That would be awesome. Guanzo with it. Nice skills. Look at that. Give and go. Dippolito stays with it. He's not giving it up. He's not giving it up. Sorry. Gets it back again. Julo pursues. But Michael Lantry from Syracuse chases him off the ball. Clears it up, but back to Kingston possession, which has got to be like 80-20 at this point. My statistician is using a Burroughs adding machine, as in William S. Burroughs. So there we have it. Throw in Kingston, and it's Matt Rabati. Throws to Albion Bacage. Over to Schulman. Schulman plays it in, gets it back. Syracuse closes in on it. Dylan Killian on the ball. Sends it out for a Kingston throw. What do we got on Dylan Killian? It was Bob Dylan's birthday the other day, and I haven't had a Killian's Red Ale in about 8 years. The last time was at Dottie's Bar in Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn. No data on Dylan Killian as we set up a Kingston. Oh, there it is. Sage College, physical education major, big Seattle Seahawks fan. I mean, he's obsessed with the Seattle Seahawks. So, you know, there's a tattoo of that Native American eagle thing somewhere on his body. Corner for Kingston, crossed in, trouble. Oh! Guanza almost was able to corral that. Now Julo has it. He's going to play it out. Oh, some rough contact there on Rabati by Syracuse. He gets the throw to Julo. Shove by Stasic. Julo stays with it to Rabati, to Guanza. to Albion Bakaj. Bakaj to Schulman. Molina plays it to the wing, but there's a whistle off the ball. Injury apparently to Nedim Grubovica. Haven't called his name much in this game, and probably for a reason, because it's damn hard to say. And I have no personal data on Nedim, Nedim. Looks like he's going to come off. Leg injury for Grabovica. Coming on is the paper boy. Youthful lad, Aiden Day. Looks like he's about 16. Again, a mystery on my roster. No data on the youngster. Although congratulations on getting your driver's license. You can now drive around Syracuse. Just have snow tires, kid. That's my advice. I've never been there, but, you know, Central New York. Kingston plays it to the right flank. Rabati. Bakaj eyes his options. It's a nice pass over to the left side. Another whistle off the ball. Is that some show? I have no idea what that whistle was about. It seemed to be something to the right of the play. Might have been some shoving. Andrew Taylor going to take this free kick. I love that backspin move the guys do to set up the free kick. It's a little wrist flip backwards. Patented by somebody, I'm sure. Maybe David Seaman. Kingston with it. Playing it to midfield. It's popcorning around. Shove from behind. Is that a call there? Apparently, no. Okay. Syracuse was shoving the Kingston player, and they get the free kick. It's fine. This ref's been pretty good. We got a 3-1 lead here in the 71st minute of action. The first action at Tenny Stadium for this NPSL jewel of a franchise, Kingston Stockade FC. Couldn't ask for a better run operation, and mostly volunteers. Syracuse keeps it alive. Stasic trying to get in the box. Shot, headed out by Kingston. Looked like Dillon had that covered anyway. Risk of an own goal there, but heck, why not? Looks like Owen Siegel of Liberty, New York, and Oneonta about to come on for somebody. Number 12. He's technically on the pitch already over that line, but we won't call him on that. And Jamal with the last-minute advice, whispering. Another Stockade legend, original Stockade FC defender, head coach. Hoisted the trophy as a player in 2017. Never forget that. He won the conference.
Number 12, Owen Siegel. Going in for number 14, Jacob Schulman.
Schulman is out, the Cornwall, New York native. Cornwall home to the New York Military Academy, which had a former president who went there. I won't say his name, but he has a lot of real estate, and he's huge. Yeah, it's kind of a decrepit military school in Cornwall. I think they're trying to repair it, but it's yeah. Military school. A lot of people confuse it for West Point, but it's not. It's certainly not the U.S. Military Academy, which is a classy joint. Here comes Syracuse picking off midfield. A little more possession. Scott Schuler on the ball for Syracuse. A lot of Merlot jerseys swirling around. Played in. Oh, and chance there for Aiden Day. The sub. Card played it across the goal mouth. And it just didn't fall right for Aiden Day. It was a little too high, I think. he could have volleyed that in if it was lower or maybe even higher. That's a tough shot. Plus, McDermott was on it anyway, so you're going to have to hit like a 1,000,000% chance shot to beat him on that kind of a cross. But good effort by Syracuse. They're not folding the tent here. In fact, their canopies are still up, and they're not needed. But heck, they brought them. That's a first in NPSL that I've seen, that a team brings its own like youth soccer style canopies to the stadium. It's fine. All right. Ball goes into the Dutch Guard supporters group on the West Berm. That's going to be their home. Falls for Syracuse in front of the goal, but a terrible shot by Connor Baird. Ryan could have saved that in his sleep while doing a crossword. But who knows? Maybe Syracuse, again, creating more opportunities, and, what more can you ask for? Holder started this play, so maybe we'll get an assist here. Dancing in. Nice move. Ran out of room. Zach Rabati. So he goes to Marist. His brother goes to Manhattanville. Not quite sure where that is. I don't want to guess Manhattan because Manhattan College is actually in the Bronx. So it gets confusing. Wafted high in, punched by Taylor, out. Aiden tracks it down, dwarfed by Guanza. Siegel with his first touch, I believe. Bacage, pretty good cross into the box. Rabati not able to corral it, puts it in the West Berm stands. Man, that's a good spot over there. It's nice and low. It's in the shade. It's a good option, especially if you're bringing the kids. I don't know. There's many angles to this facility, and we're lucky to have these resources here that the Stockade can play the 2023 campaign in a quality Division I facility. So Julo's coming off for Petro Clich, veteran of the squad, 3 years wearing the Stockade orange, out of Chester, New York, goes to Elon. And the touch already, but it goes out. He had some good games in the last 2 years. I recall his name coming up. My colleague Steve Patch commending him. Steve's not here. I'm flying solo. I'm Spike Brusho. And welcome. If you're just joining us, it's 3-1 Kingston over Syracuse. Syracuse scored on a penalty late in the first half. Stockade has been in charge. They've been the Al Haig of this game for both halves so far. Syracuse has had more chances in the second half, but overall, the orange squad is dominated. And they're stringing together passes, and they're just looking good right now. I just got to say, this is my first glimpse of them. They've been on the road to open the season. There's kind of a botched cross. Announcer jinx there on Matt Rabati's cross. But yeah, this is a good situation to be in. Back here next Saturday against old rivals Hartford City, the Colts coming to Poughkeepsie. The only rival left since Boston City's gone, the Brooklyn Italians are gone, even Cedar Stars are gone. These academy teams like Cedar Stars and the Italians, they don't really have support. But there's the kick to midfield. Guanza heads it down. Syracuse lofts it forward. Bacage under it. Heads it and gets it back himself. Nicely done, Albion. Guanza out to Joe Holder. Picked off. Molina steps in again. Selling popcorn, selling everything. He's done everything here. Concessions, ticket taker, parking, scoring. Comes Kingston, Cleach down the left. Chips it in. Nice, subtle pass. Crossed, and that's in! That is just a thing of beauty. Nicely done. Stockade up 4-1. Look at those two passes leading to an open goal. Into the net, the old onion bag.
Stockade goal! Number 23, Zach Rabati!
Zach Rabati opens his account for the Kingston Stockade. Man, the passing that led to that, it's textbook. In the box, in tight space, and Rabati finishes. Beautiful. He blasted it in. Andrew Taylor, the keeper for Syracuse, is saying, I should have been a farmer at this point.
Stockade substitution, that's number 19, Mike Corby, going in for number 13, Daniel Vitelito.
The Dipper's coming out. I was wrong about him playing every inning, or every half inning. Where's my head? Mike Corby comes on, another Stockade veteran who scored a brilliant header in the 1-0 win against the New York Shockers up in Albany. It was like this quicksilver header. It went in like, it was a low, like, very fast cross into the box, and it just went off his head in like a split second. It was like a super collider. Unbelievable. We won that game 1-0 against New York Shockers, who, as we speak, are playing the Hartford City Colts over in the Nutmeg State somewhere, whatever university they're playing at. And here we have a Syracuse free kick in the orange smoke from the Dutch guard, celebrating the fourth goal of the game by the Stockade. Fired in, bounces, handled by McDermott. He's been on this turf longer than any of the river rats that come up from the Hudson at night. Actually, there's not many rats up here because there's so many falcons and eagles. The birds of prey rule the Hudson Valley. I love watching them. So you don't get rodents. The minute they appear, 12 falcons come in and devour them. Ball at midfield, Syracuse with it. Blocked by a hustling Owen Siegel. Syracuse persists. Very few subs for the Qs. Well, it looks like they're bringing a keeper on. Or no, Stockades might be bringing a keeper on. Cintron seems to be at the line. Stasic with the block there, keeps it in for Syracuse. Still some smoke from the Dutch guard flares. Card with it, struggling. Not a lot of support over there. Being shut down by Jeremio. He's played a great game too. And here comes Dylan McDermott out of the game for James Cintron from Wappingers Falls. Just down the road. They're all locals, most of them. Goes to Manhattan, the aforementioned Manhattan College. The Jaspers. Cintron, a sizable fellow himself. It's good to have keepers that have some height and some agility, athleticism, etc. I mean, you don't want, Spud Webb as your keeper. I'm sorry, it's not a good idea. McDermott rests, gave up the penalty, guessed wrong on it, but what are you going to do? The keepers, it's rigged against him with the goal being as big as it is in this sport. Hockey, it's a different story. Syracuse keeps it in. The Kingston clears. Rabati, energized by his goal, takes it up, dishes to Owen Siegel. Klisch with it in the corner. Quick moves around the player, around three guys, but then loses it to Syracuse, Connor Baird. It's a pretty good forward pass by Syracuse to Michael Lantry. Effort made. Bacage involved. It looks like the third Syracuse corner of the game. Let's see if Cintron is tested here. (4-1) Kingston, 84th minute. The sun is setting, as it does in the west. Shade all over Tenney Stadium now. Comfort level high. And the fun meter is being redlined with this scoreline. Stockade fans abuzz. The result holds here. They'll be 3-0. Young fans offering advice from the Tenney Stadium bleachers. Kind of a half across in there that was deflected. Jeremio playing it deep in the corner. He's done some work tonight. They all have, really. Syracuse had very few open shots on the goal. And when they did, they put it over the bar. There's a chance, but it's blocked. Again, by Owen Siegel, going down to block that one. Goes out for a corner, but still. The effort is very much there, and I think that's got to be the theme of Jamal Liz-Simmons. It's all about effort. These guys don't give up. Their energy level, even when it was really hot and sunny earlier, they're hustling for balls. I have a feeling if they don't, they're going to hear about it, which is how it should be. Short season, a chance to go up with 3 wins in a row makes a big difference. Last year, kind of disappointing for this team. Headed up, Syracuse drops it, but there's so much. That's like the orange crush there. There's no way he's getting through that. Played off to the left wing. It's like Jerry Lewis opening doors. There's nothing. And it's cleared by Molina to midfield. I'm going to settle it here. Maybe kill 5 minutes. Klisch with it on the wing. Nice feed to Siegel. Played out for a Kingston Stockade FC throw-in. Who's going to take it? They'll decide in an hour. It's Matt Rabati. Plays it in to Joe Holder. Holder in front, in the box. Off the Syracuse defender. Scooped up by Taylor. That was dangerous for about a second and a half. Stockade still getting quality runs in the box, even late in the game. And why not? The whistle there, the injury at midfield. The trainer with like the weird like fanny pack is back out on the field, checking on the Syracuse player who's doing the limping walk off the pitch. Been a long night for the Syracuse FC. Alan Katic, number 31, about to come in. I think his dad is an assistant coach for the team. I talked to him earlier. Said goals are hard to come by in this league. And that may be the case. Johan Bratke comes off after doing a lot of work. But I don't know, I had Alan Katic, number 31, listed as a starter. Obviously, he did not start. The rosters are hard to find, as I said before. Even when the coaches arrive here, there's so much going on. It's hard to get who's who and who's what number. It's improved over the last 4 years. I mean, Patch and I used to just wing it without any information. And I'm sure you remember those low-quality broadcasts. Or maybe not. But we welcome you. I'm Spike Ruscio. This is live Kingston Soccer from Poughkeepsie. Stockade up 4-1. National Premier Soccer League action. It's a giant league with like over 100 teams all over the country. The champions last year from Morristown, New Jersey. Motown FC. Syracuse, Aiden Young making an effort. Number 20 goes down a little too easy. The ref waves it off as he should. That was, an effort. A little something for the effort there. Aiden Day is his name, not Young. He's young, but his name's Aiden Day. Ball goes into the crowd. Some time off the clock. Just clicked over to 88 minutes here. 4-1 Kingston. Comfortable lead, comfortable night. Memorial Day weekend. Write the script. Go ahead. Gets no better. Zach Rabati dancing around. A lot of energy there. Did come on as a sub and scored. How great is that? I think the one goal that Syracuse had against us last year was scored by a Japanese guy who's no longer with the team. I have it here in my somewhat muddled notes, but it was a 1-1 draw at Syracuse. We beat them 2-0, I believe, at Dietz Stadium last year. Up the left flank. Still running. Still running. Runs out of room. Might have gone off the Q's guy. That's my third Q's reference. I'm going to stick to 4. I'll make 4 Q's references. Yeah, that was Joe Holder with a brave run down the left side, but couldn't get by his defender, but did chip it off him for a corner for Kingston. They've had several. Flicked on. Oh, nice effort there. Mike Corby. I guess his first major touch of the game, or first scoring opportunity. Corby's head is a lethal weapon, as we saw up in Albany. It was brilliant. We've reached 90 minutes here at Tenney Stadium. Stockade, comfortable 4-1 lead, and still in possession. It's been the story of the night. Here they come again. Maybe want some more. Yeah, open shot. No, closed in by Syracuse. Did have some space there for a millisecond. Long ball low by Syracuse. Molina clears it to Cintron. Molina with the ball again. Good contact there by Owen Siegel. He's done some work in midfield. Rabati on the ball. Sends it to his brother. A brother-to-brother pass and a curling. Oh, nice curling cross in, but it's picked off by Syracuse. Stockade gets it back and a turn-and-shoot opportunity there for Mike Corby, but wasn't meant to be. Looks like he stoved his ankle or something there. He's limping. Ball comes up for Syracuse up the right flank. There's the tifo. This is our valley, Dutch guard says. Well, it certainly is. Apparently there was some dispute with Cedar Stars when they announced their presence in our conference last year, that their owner said, finally the Hudson Valley has some representation in the NPSL. Ruffled some feathers with the Kingston people. And the war was on, and now they're out of the conference. They're somewhere else. Ball into no man's land in midfield, and a rough tackle, the first one of the game, really. Corby went flying. Yellow card issued. Second of the game. McDermott had the first one. Been a very, very professional, calm game. No tempers. That was Stasic who got one of the Stasic brothers got the yellow for Syracuse. Free kick that can be dissected and examined and put under the microscope before they take it here is Stockade killing time in the waning seconds of what will be a 4-1 victory, raising their record to 3-0 in the North Atlantic division of the NPSL that they share with Syracuse, New York Shockers from Albany, Hartford City FC from Hartford, and Vallejo FC from somewhere in western Massachusetts. Haven't seen any scores from Hartford where they're entertaining the Shockers. Shockers are, 1-1 in third. 1-1-1. They have 4 points. Syracuse 0-1-1. Vallejo 0-3. Here comes Syracuse. So it's a tidy 5-team division this year. It should open some doors for postseason play for this team wearing the orange kit. That is my guess. Klisch plays it back. Siegel on it, gets it back. Number 12 wants to move in, dances around, takes it into the corner as he should. Keeps it in somehow. Klisch with it now. He's got space. Chips it back to Zach Rabati, the goal scorer. Oh, hits the side netting. He got it to Jeremio, who got a scoring chance, as he should. He's owed a scoring opportunity. The guy's done a lot of work tonight. Quality work. And there's the final whistle. There it is. Kingston Stockade 4, Syracuse FC 1. And the Stockade are 3-0 to start the season.
That's the end of the
First home match, Poughkeepsie, New York,
4-1 Stockade.
just south of Kingston on the other side of the mighty Hudson River, America's first river.
4 goals from Hugo Guerra.
And they're certainly at home here, especially given that half the team are Marist players. So this is like, they probably still have the keys to their dorm room. They can go have some White Claw seltzers after the game, whatever. But that's it here from Poughkeepsie. My pleasure, Spike Rusho, to bring you the action solo, usually with Steve Patch, who covers a lot of technical ground and knows the game much better than I do. I just try to fill in with the zany quips. But, last year, Kingston finished 5th in a 6-team division. 2 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses. That's not the story this year. And Syracuse is still in search of their first win in this conference. They've lost 6. They lost 5 and drew 5 last year. So I could go online and check the Hartford score, but I'm not going to subject you to that kind of soccer nerdery. I'm just going to thank you for joining in tonight and maybe enjoying this broadcast. Memorial Day weekend. If you couldn't make it to Tenney Stadium, keep in mind, I'll be here next Saturday. I'll probably have my partner with me as Hartford City and the wooden shoe competition starts, because whoever wins the season series between Hartford and Kingston gets a trophy called the wooden shoe. Hartford got it last year. We had it the year before. So let's get it back next Saturday, 6 o'clock, same time, same channel, 11 Sports, David Fincher. Shout out to Ruth Clark in Gambier, Ohio. Keep going. Shout out to Danny in Fort Myers, Florida. Eleutheria in New Jersey. And all the faithful Stockade fans who can't make it out physically to the game. We used to have a crazy guy from Australia who used to yell at Steve and I, but I don't think he's with us anymore. That's it. So signing off from Tenney Stadium at Leonidas Field, Poughkeepsie, New York, on the campus of Marist College. I'm Spike Rusho. It was my pleasure to bring you this 4-1 Kingston victory as players are across the field hitting the Dutch Guard drums, which is becoming a tradition after wins. Usually it's Bacage that leads the way. He likes the drums. But home support is solid. 746 people in the house tonight in a stadium that holds 5,000. Still made some noise, still survived the sun, and that's it. So I'll see you next Saturday, same time, 6 p.m., Kingston Stockade FC versus Hartford City FC, one of our last rivals remaining. And we're 3-0, people. Let's dig this and take it through into the summer and beyond. Take care, and as Sammy Sosa used to say, keep it continued.